Oh, you're back for more. Yeah, still doing literal equations. This is literally boring. No, I'm just kidding. I actually enjoy this. So this is still Unit 1, Section 7 homework. This is 17 through 24. This is the third page. So if you've made it this far, you're doing pretty good. That's what I think. All right. Now, some of these might look a little more difficult than the first two pages. That's because they are. So kudos to you for catching that. Okay, I want h. Here's my h. So now I have to get rid of p and -2. Two things. That doesn't seem that bad. But like always, I'm going to start with the other side. So I have -10. I'm starting with that. And then I work my way backwards towards h. So instead of plus p, I'm going to write minus p. That moves the p. And because it's -2 times h, instead of times, I'm going to do divided by and then -2. That equals h. Now, if you wanted to, you could well, I mean, the only thing you could really do here is change all the signs to positive because they're all negative. But who cares? It's the same answer. It means the exact same thing. So that is good for me. Don't worry too much about some of these. All right, B. I want to solve for B on 18. Here's my B. Wow, this is almost like the one we just did. I need to get rid of R, or not get rid of, move R and 3. And we're back. Oh, dang, okay, never mind. See, in real life, I pause the video, I go take care of something or talk to somebody that came, and then when I come back, I unpause. So for me, it's been however long, but the video, I have to remember, is like instant, so it's like I never went anywhere to you. It's okay. I'm just losing my mind. All right, so I want B. I have to get rid of R and 3. And so I start with 4, the other side, and I work backwards. So instead of plus R, I do minus R. That moves the R. And then instead of 3 times B, so instead of times, I'm going to divide by 3. And then I'm left with B. Yeah, and I just realized it doesn't matter which side the B or whatever letter it is. If it's equal, left, right, doesn't matter. It's all the same because they're equal. Terrible joke. Okay, I want x. Look, x is in the bottom of my fraction. So because it's in the bottom, I need to move it. So I'm going to move it over here to get it out of the fraction. I'm going to leave these two, right? I'm not going to touch the minus c because I don't want to move those. Equals, so I have 5, and instead of divided by x, remember this is times x. And since I still need x, instead of times 5, I'm going to divide by 5 to move it, and that becomes my answer right there. And in reality, if you look at this is the third one we've done like this. If you see the pattern, maybe you've already caught on to this, which is great. If my letter is ever in the bottom of a fraction that I need, really all I have to do is switch the letter I need from the bottom with the other side of the equation. So notice x and 5 just flip places, right? So if you understand that, you can just flip them and be done. If not, keep doing it this way or do it the other way, however you want to do it, as long as you get the right answer. All right, 20. I want to get k, and here's k. So I need to get rid of -4 and x. Okay, I'm going to start with 6. That's my other side. And look, because this is -4xk, notice there's no plus or minus in between any of these. That means they're all multiplied, right? So if they're all together, they're all multiplied. So if I'm doing k times -4x, instead of times, I'm going to divide by -4x. That moves both, and then I'm left with just k. and I'm done. I know my boxes aren't even level. I don't have a level to work on paper though. Okay, terrible joke. Paper is 2 dimensions. There's no level. Anyways, 21. I want to solve for G. This one kind of looks funny because G's in the middle, but I just need to move 2 and T away from G. So I start with the other side, -4. And just like the last one, because they're all together, there's no plus or minus in between these, they're all multiplied, right? So it's like saying 2 times G times T. So if G is being multiplied by 2 and T, instead of multiply, I'm going to divide by 2 and T, or 2T. That moves those, and then I'm just left with equals G, and I'm done. See how the video helps more than me just posting the answers? Because for this specific assignment, there's really not any work to show, but the explanation I feel like helps a lot. So you're hearing why I'm writing my answers the way I do, but there's not a good way to show it on paper. So if I had just worked these out and posted it for y'all to look at, y'all be looking at those and go, well, I don't know what he did. There's no work. Okay? It's because I can't really show it. It's really difficult to show work on these. But that's why you're here watching the video. And if you're not watching the video, then it doesn't matter what I say because you can't hear me. 22. I want to get C. I feel like, oh man, see, y'all aren't even here because this is a video. Duh. I can hear the rain. It must be raining a lot. Okay. Anyways, I know if you're watching this video and I said it's raining right now and you looked out your window and saw that it wasn't, you're probably not watching it at the same time I'm making it. That would be impossible. You'd be sitting right in front of me. Okay. Sorry, I got off track. This is what happens when I do these videos, you know, because the questions become so much the same. I just kind of ramble. But I think that's what makes part of the videos a little more interesting. Because if I just did straight math and was monotone, here's how you do this, here's your answer, next question, you know, it'd be kind of boring. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know. All right, so, okay. I know you're probably like, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. When is he going to write? Okay, I'm going to write right now. All right, so I'm trying to get C. And look, C is on the bottom of my fraction. So I want to move it over here. Now, I've seen people do this. Please don't. If I only want C, I only want to move C. I don't want to move the 2. I want to leave the 2 where it is. 2's great, okay? It's like, sorry, 2, we're not friends like that, so you got to stay here. The C is going to move on without him. So I'm going to move the C over here, so I have C times U equals, and then 1 over 2, right? Okay. So I move the C. Oh, I just got it. Look, see you later. If you were talking to number 2, like they were your ex-best friend. Okay. Now, I still want C, right? And because it's C times U, to move U, I'm going to divide. But notice I already have a fraction, which means divide. So if instead of multiply, if I want to divide, I don't have to put divided by U again, right? That's a double fraction, which technically those exist, but you wouldn't write it that way. If I already have a fraction and I want to divide, anything that's divided just gets added to the bottom of the fraction. So that becomes my answer. And I'm done with 22. On to 23. Okay, I want to get Y. Here's Y. I want to move -4 away from Y. We're no longer friends. Leave me alone. Okay, so I'm going to start with the other side. I have N. And look, -4 times Y, opposite of times, is divide. And I divide -4. And that gives me Y by itself, because Y is very lonely. And it's probably sitting there thinking, why does everybody move away from me? How come I'm always alone? X gets to have all the fun with all the numbers. Or maybe X is Y's X, and that's why they split. I'm just killing it with the jokes today. I know, it was terrible. Math's not funny. Okay, let's just do the problem. I want to solve for X. Here's X. So I need to move C and 4 away from X. Oh, look. Now X is going to be left alone. Ha, that's what my X gets. Sucker. Actually, no, this is just a letter. It's nothing to do with me. Okay, I'm going to start with the other side of the equation, -5, and then work my way backwards. So that's a positive C, so now I write negative C. And look, that's 4 times X right here. So instead of times, I'm going to divide by 4. That moves the 4, and I'm left with X. And I must have run out of colors, but I also ran out of problems on this page. Ha ha, lucky me. That's the end of the video. So if you are done with this video, great. There's still one more. If you need it, you can go find it. It's out there somewhere in the universe. Actually, if you're on Edpuzzle, it's probably still there. So it's just the next video.